No, I don't care if it's corny. One shout out, everybody that works for Wellstar and Piedmont Hospital for saving my life. I love you guys. Thanks a bunch. That I'm still here because of those people. I know it's not music related, but whatever.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
There's a special place in heaven for medical professionals, I think.
Hey, it's Chris with Picks and Sticks Music Studio, and if you're new to this channel, we're an all things music channel. We like to support our local artists and bands, and today we have Chip Mattiford with Grounds Crew.
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. It's been about a year or so, right? Or
about
maybe
a year.
A little less, but
I think it's probably been about a year. It's been a crazy 10 months, but it's been about a year, it feels like.
A lot's happened since then. And
yeah, a couple things, but we're still alive and doing a lot better physically. So, happy to be here.
Appreciate you coming here and doing this interview, and we'll talk about this remastered song and talk about some recovery stuff and
this and that and the other thing
and life
and a music video at some point too. Yeah,
coming here, and so let's talk about this song that you're remastered and it's coming out.
Yeah, so probably it's going to be sometime this December, hopefully like our kind of Christmas release. We're going to put out a new and improved version of a song from our first album, Letters. It's called Ruins. And this song, originally I wrote it, 8 or 9 years ago, but I'd like to think that I'm a better singer than I was then. And, as far as like recording capabilities, mixing, mastering, I feel like a lot of that has just come a long way naturally just by doing. And that's the second song I ever wrote for this project, for this band. And I've never gotten away from that one. I've written a lot since then, but that's still to this day is one of my favorite ones I've ever done. So over the past year and everything with kind of reformations of the band and people coming and going, I wanted to do something old, but a new take on it, just to kind of symbolize a new start.
Right.
And that song just felt like the right one. I mean, we don't play a single show where we don't play that song. Lyrically, it meant completely different things when I first wrote it, when I was getting over my first girlfriend ever 8 years ago. But it means a bunch of different things to me now about current life situations and stuff. And it just felt like the right one if I had to go back and pick one out of the initial batch. So we did this one with Chris Anderson was on the bass guitar for it, and I think what he did with the bass, especially in the chorus at the end, was just insane. It's far beyond what I could have come up with. I think it sounds great. And then Dana Fitzsimmons was on the drums, and he's a studio musician in the Atlanta area, and he does all sorts of. He's part of like a jazz trio, a bunch of other things. He's just a really, really solid, precise drummer, and so they worked with me on this track, and I really like the way that it turned out compared to especially the initial days of recording, I guess,
So from the original version and this version, what's your favorite part that's different?
Nothing that I did to it, honestly. I mean, I think I sound a lot better than I did 8 years ago, but the bass guitar part, like I said, what Chris did with
that intro is pretty.
Yeah, the tom part that Dana did on the drums, I can't play that. And I started as a drummer. So honestly, to answer the question, my favorite part of the new version is what the other artists did on it. Because it was just kind of like, here's the song, here's the structure, here's how we start, here's how it ends. Kind of make it your own from that point. Because I mean, bass, it's like 5 notes. Drums, it's a lot of it. So just the way that they shaped it was my favorite part. Super refreshing new take on something old. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the beauty of music to me too.
So should we go ahead and listen to it, and
let's do it. And the album artwork for this is actually going to be a photo of me in the hospital from when I almost lost my life. So we'll dig into that in a minute. But here's Ruins.
Hope you enjoy it.
Left wondering if I would ever learn the truth behind all of your
All right. Well, we're back. That was awesome, Chip.
Thank you. Thanks. That I'm really happy that the new version of that's out. I mean, I think it's a good representation of where the sound's at now, you know. And yeah, so thanks for listening.
So you want to dive into the artwork?
The artwork, yeah, the family-friendly artwork of me covered in blood. So a few of you might know this, but over the past couple of years, I've had my struggles with addiction, alcoholism, things of that nature, all that fun stuff. But my sort of, I guess, gift of desperation, as it were, was, not a lot of people feel like they're able to stop on their own, even though they know that they probably should. It's probably a good idea. I was in that boat, really felt, I've got an issue with this. I'm starting to burn down some bridges with some people in my life that, were musical and then some that weren't musical. And so I woke up this past February, day after Valentine's Day, not feeling my best, which was kind of expected from the night before. But just got worse and worse throughout the day. Started up throwing up some interesting colored stuff and lost a lot of blood, started turning pale, really sweaty. Ended up taking an ambulance ride to the emergency room, and they put me under in a medically induced coma, basically, and they had to go through down my throat, and my liver was falling apart. And they had to go in and, from what they made it sound like, basically take a bunch of zip ties and staples and like stitch me back together. Because alcohol is terrible for your liver, but I was also really, really sick when I was younger. Like kindergarten, first grade. So steroids, antibiotics. I was behind the eight ball internally, intestinally, just even before I ever tried like a beer or anything. So went to the hospital. I was under for a couple days. They stitched everything together, stabilized me, everything like that. But that was when I realized that there's no more drinking in my future. So it was just a terrifying experience. They had to put me under, and then my parents were with me, and they told my parents, like, the reality of the situation, and that they gave me like a 3 to 5% chance of ever waking up from, once they put me in that coma. And the fact that I woke up ever, and that I'm at the state now where it's been 9 months and a couple days, and I'm talking and singing and working and driving a car, and I'm not yellow and swollen, and my eyes look fine, and there's color on my lips. It's left doctors speechless. Like, literally, the main liver guy, whoever, in like the main specialist in the state of Georgia, when he first saw me, he was literally like, "Damn, you're the same kid that I saw in, unconscious a week and a half ago."
Right.
And I mean, I still wasn't looking great, but I was up and I was talking and I was moving. So it was a medical miracle, and God kept me alive for some reason. So we're trying to figure that out right now. But it just felt like the picture that I used for Ruins is one that my mom took. I think it was day 2 or 3 while I was under. And it's a pretty graphic photo, but I think it kind of fits as far as this symbolizing like a new beginning, a new chapter, a new road, whatever. This picture of me in the hospital in that state. And this was me cleaned up too. So I don't know if we're going to show it on the thing or if it's going to be in the center of the screen or not. But the state that I'm in this photo is after they cleaned me up. And I'm still like, if you look closely, it actually, I don't know if it's cute or just a random thing or whatever. But if you look at the pillow that I'm on, the paper that they had under me, there was a splotch of blood that ended up making a heart that was like this big, and it's right next to my head.
I didn't notice that.
So I was like, single cover, boom. And so, I don't know, just felt right, So
what positive can you like take from this? Because I think I see a lot of positive things that's happened the last couple months.
Well, the first real thing that comes from this after you're back to, some decent acceptable level physically is kind of all like the person work that you have to do. This isn't my plug for AA, but this is my plug for AA. It works. But like the person work that you have to do and everything, the first thing that really comes that you notice is how you treat people or how you've treated people, and kind of looking at, who you were in the past, who you were when you were getting into those things, when you were drinking, when some people were using, etc. But just kind of the long hard look in the mirror of just like, all right, it brings to mind a lot of what you've lost, which feels kind of selfish because you really need to focus on what you've gained, because I've gained a whole hell of a lot more than I lost. But it really makes you think about your past and kind of the way you've treated people, things you've said, what you've done, who you turned into, and who you don't want to be moving forward. And so it's just been a really intense, at points painful, but at points just really kind of refreshingly eye-opening to see that, like, you don't have to be that way anymore.
Right.
And I'm a person who has made a lot of mistakes from like acting on anger way too quick. And when you're entirely clean and sober and you're not you're not throwing all this poison into your body, it's easier to take a step back from something in the moment, even when it comes to something as simple as like dealing with friends or someone at work, or someone in traffic. So that's, I think, probably the awareness of just kind of socially how you are is probably the biggest positive so far. Not claiming to be perfect, but it's changed a lot of things for me. And slowly but surely it's opened up a lot of doors for, there's a lot of people that weren't in my life on this date last year, because we're filming this on November 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this started for me on Valentine's Day, so it hasn't even been a year yet. But I mean, the people who are in my life now that weren't last year, and the people that aren't in my life now that kind of were last year, it's I've never really subscribed to the fact that everything happens for a reason, but like now I fully believe that. So especially with, I don't know, who God puts in your life. So
Right. And you've been playing at a certain place now. You want to talk
yeah.
about that?
Yeah. So I have finally figured out how to make a little bit of money from playing music. And one of the doors that God's opened for me since this whole thing started was not even something that I was searching for. I mean, like, I love music. We're talking about this band. I'm the front man, singer, everything, but I've never really pursued teaching music. People have asked me, like, why don't you do guitar lessons? Why don't you do like, some type of instruction or whatever? And the truth has always been that I didn't really know how to get into that, or if I even really wanted to. But this is one of those things that the opportunity found me. And so now I'm employed teaching guitar, bass, and occasionally some drums too. So hat trick, I think. 6 days a week over in East Cobb. And it's they're letting me work with, it's been a lot of middle schoolers and high schoolers, but it's really refreshing because they all want to be there, all these students, compared to like if I was a math tutor.
Right.
Where they're like, oh shoot, man, I have a test tomorrow, we got to learn all this boring, all this boring stuff that I don't really care about. But they're coming in with like, have you ever heard of this song by a band called Led Zeppelin? I'm like, yeah, we could probably take care of that one. And so it's been just a godsend. And mental health wise, being able to work where I go and play guitar for 7 hours 6 days a week, it's a night and day difference up here too. And I started that back in August, so I'm really just a quarter of a year or so into it. Still very new, still a lot of learning, but that's kind of what I've been up to this fall.
But you've also been playing too, like performing.
Yeah, been slowly. So with performing was very much a work back into it, like ease back into it kind of thing. I don't know, I compare it sort of to like if you had like Tommy John surgery, where I mean, because I couldn't walk, I could talk, but for like a month I had to talk like this,
Right.
you know, because I was just like I couldn't get air in. I was so swollen with all of these toxins that, you know, my liver couldn't clean. They didn't know where to go. That it was pressing on my lungs, and so I couldn't walk. I could barely talk. My hands were so swollen that, you know, gripping the guitar, I couldn't do any of that. So it took a long time just to be able to play. I essentially had to teach myself how to replay guitar because I couldn't grip anything with this hand at all. And so just hours of pretty agonizing physical therapy. So I wasn't able to even sing on my own until probably like mid-June of this past year. And then I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I got asked to do a performance up by Lake Allatoona, and I thought I was ready for it. And it turns out I wasn't.
I remember that. It was like the Sunset something.
Sunset Grill.
Yeah.
With Chip McGuire. He's up there with his buddy, with Ryan McIntosh. They run it. Hopefully they'll do it again next year. But they asked me to come out and do it, and I thought I was good to go. And this has never happened to me before, but I got up on stage, started the first song, and just like I couldn't get anything out. And so I was like, all right, not really ready. It took me another probably month or two to even get back up on stage. And I'm at the point now where I'm doing like 3 to 5 songs, and that's kind of my top. Because this is, it has been, and it's going to continue to be a pretty long road of physical recovery, just as far as like stamina. You know, I mean, my vocal range is pretty decent now. I'm almost fully back, but like, I mean, singing for like an hour and a half, 2 hours straight that's still something I'm working toward. And it's been hard at points to not be like discouraged by it, because you're so used to just, all right, warm up a little bit in the car and then, you know, it's all there.
Right.
But so there's been a lot of physical stuff I've had to learn to be patient about over the last 9 months with all this. So I am back to performing. It's happening more and more. This past weekend, actually, I played at there's an AA clubhouse down in Brookhaven, Georgia, called NABA, and they had me out, and it was, I mean, they ran out of seats. It was $5 a head, but I mean, it was sold out and then some. And I only did 3 songs, but it was a crazy reaction. It also happened on the same date of my 9 months straight of sobriety.
Right.
So it was really cool to be able to play that day too. And my voice finally was feeling like pretty smooth and decent. So it was a decent performance too.
That's what I was kind of alluding to. I knew
Yeah.
it seemed like a really cool thing that you were doing there. And, it's been a couple times you've done that, right? Or no?
It's been, when this, as of right now, it's been 3 times.
Yes.
But one of those times we were kind of fighting college football. So it was like half the room was full, because I forget who they were playing, but it was one of the big rivalry weekends. But this past weekend was cool. And then they'll be doing it again December 6th. And so kind of like a Christmas time thing. And it's not just me doing it. There's a couple other artists that do it, and they have like this stand-up comic that comes. And there's this older gentleman that I think he's partially blind, or I might be getting his disability incorrect, but he does this human calculator thing where it's just, he can multiply just in like crazy insane numbers, like 53,287 times 65. And he'll just close his eyes and then spit the answer out, and you'll check it on your phone and it's right. It's crazy, but
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, NABA in Brookhaven, they've had me a couple times. It's been cool. It's been their sober mic night, so a lot of good people there. And I've told my story kind of on stage between songs, and it's gotten a huge reaction. So
that's cool.
Someone out there needs to hear it, I guess. So
do you want to talk about this music video that's coming out?
Yeah. So last year we put out that album Limerence. That's our most recent one. And there were plans. There've been, I think this is probably the 3rd time we've tried to shoot this video, and the 3rd different like reincarnation of the band that tried to shoot this. So maybe the 3rd time's the charm. But it's for a song called Losing It off of this most recent album, Limerence. And we're shooting it where I get to teach music lessons. They have there's a bottom floor where there's a bunch of different like one-on-one little individual rooms, and then the whole top floor of this place is a proper music venue. So we rented it out, and I'm just clearing all the stuff out from in there, bringing all our stuff in, and making it look like a true like concert performance scene. And we're gonna do that. And right now the seat is open for bassist for this band, so I'm actually gonna be on bass as well, and we're gonna do like a multicam thing where it looks like I'm playing at the same time. And then our new drummer Jason is going to be in the middle, so it'll be like chipception kind of thing. Like I'm going to wear two different outfits, and we're going to have it look like it's two of me
Yeah,
at like
kind
the
of like
same
that
time.
Dave Grohl, that one where he like plays like all the instruments.
It's exactly what we're going for.
Yeah.
It's exactly. So if it turns out like a quarter of cool as that was, then it's going to be great. But our friend Nick Bray is coming out to shoot that, and he is a good friend that I met a couple years ago. Pretty camera whiz kid with the cam, knows what he's doing editing wise, and it's kind of a tricky shot to accomplish. I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to editing or any of that, so
yeah,
it'll be cool to see how this one turns out.
I've always wanted to do that, like do a video where I do the drums, the guitar, and like I know how to do it. I just haven't had the time.
How to like once you filmed it to put it together to make it look
you
like
just
it's
have like
you.
areas like you can't pass this line, you can't pass this line, and the camera cannot move. Like wherever you shoot, it's got to be the exact. It can't move at all.
Yeah, no, that's why. All right, so we're actually filming this tomorrow, but we're going to pretend that it's already been filmed. It was kind of the thing for this, but whatever. So I'm interested to see exactly how we're going to accomplish that. And he said that he's done it before and he knows what he's doing. So, and he has a crew that he's bringing with him. But I'm guessing it's going to be something where we like divide the stage into 3 and like do X number of takes with me, like Chip guitarist and then Chip bassist, and our new drummer Jason's just going to have to do like a million takes of both. So. Whatever. Yeah, it'll be cool. I'm doing a bunch of dead roses too. And they're gonna be spray painted black and like decorating the stage. Yeah. Because that has nothing to do with the fact that the person the song is about has the middle name Rose. So, has nothing to do with that. Yeah. But it'll be cool. And fortunately the place that I work at, they're really cool about letting me use the space, so we didn't really have to like reserve it, with like a deposit or anything.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, hoping there will be like fog machines too. I was gonna buy one, but Party City, I guess, doesn't exist anymore. Well, so bummer. Maybe if we get dry ice, that could work. But where do you get dry ice?
Publix.
You can get it there.
Yeah, I get it every year for the Halloween party.
If I get dry ice and I melt it, can I swim without getting wet?
Wait, what? It turns into gas.
Damn it. Okay.
So when we're talking about Ruins, you were talking about a new drummer. You want to talk about him a little bit?
Yeah, totally. So for Ruins, it was Dana, who him and I are still really good friends. He's involved with a bunch. I know there's a jazz trio he's part of, and he's just a studio musician through and through, super precise. But the new drummer for our band is Jason, and him and I have a pretty similar story as far as kind of what we've been through outside of music, I guess. And in that way, especially being really early on, it's important to me to be with someone, be around people that can relate to that. And without really talking about his story too much, he's a good guy to be around. And so we met actually outside of music, and then in kind of the process, like, things come out that like, yeah, I play in a band, and he started talking about some of his musical experience. Come to find out, he's been playing drums in like a church band on and off for the better part of like 20 years or something like that. So it's like, all right, so you got a musical brain a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to think so. And so we start talking about this idea of maybe joining. He learns like 2 or 3 songs, do like a little tryout kind of thing, learns them perfectly. And now he's officially the drummer for Grounds Crew. And ironically, or weirdly enough, I don't think it's ironic, but weirdly enough, we're both April Fool's Day babies. We're not the same age, but we're both born April 1st. and I haven't met many people with the same birthday as me. So I don't know if that means anything, but it's cool. Well, us and Phil Necro, I believe, has April 1st too. Either him or Dale Murphy. I forget which one. But yeah.
So is Dale Murphy going to be in the Hall of Fame?
I think he should. I mean, I think Andrew Jones should be too.
Yeah. Apparently he has a new opportunity this year to maybe, I don't know if that passed already or not, but I'm not sure how they were talking about it recently.
Was that because there's a new vote for the Hall of Fame where like Barry Bonds is eligible again soon too, isn't he? Or
I'm not sure. I just heard Dale Murphy was in the running.
We could talk for an hour and a half about that right there. Yes. That would be crazy. Like we only talk about baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. So where can people find your music and your social media and all that good stuff?
So we are on pretty much all the social medias, the Snap Talks and the Insta faces. But on Instagram, we're at Grounds Crew Band. Facebook, Grounds Crew Band, Not the Baseball Podcast. TikTok, I'm starting to try to put more on TikTok at Grounds Crew. And then all the streaming platforms, Grounds Crew. We dropped the officially on all of the streaming platforms, so you can find us there. And then Ruins should be out around Christmas time, and then Losing It's going to be around the new year, so that'll be a fun one.
That's cool.
So look forward to those.
Anything else you want to talk about or shout out before we end this?
No, that's pretty. I don't care if it's corny. One shout out, everybody that works for Wellstar and Piedmont Hospital for saving my life. I love you guys. Thanks a bunch. That I'm still here because of those people. I know it's not music related, but whatever.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
There's a special place in heaven for medical professionals, I think. Especially the people that take your blood, because I can never do that. My buddy Grant does that. He's a phlebotomist, I think is the word, where like literally all he does is go around in a hospital all day and takes people, like does the blood drawing. I could never do that.
Yeah. I remember I was giving blood back in my early 20s or something, and you know how they like tell you like pump up, and like you're supposed to like relax after you do it.
Yeah,
and I
didn't. Supposed to.
And she put the needle in, and it was like it just exploded.
That's like my worst fear.
It was all over her, all over me. I was so embarrassed. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. Like I don't think it was her fault, but
you're just freaking squirting out. Oh my god, man.
I'm like, I don't have, I'm clean. I don't have anything.
Oh God, imagine if you weren't. It's just spraying everywhere. Jeez. Yeah, my hospital experience was intense.
Yeah, but how long were you in there?
What? How long was I in there?
You probably said it, but I forgot.
Combined, it was 3 different stays, which combined to be almost a month full.
Oh wow.
I think it was like 26 days or something total. It's awful. And I have a new appreciation for water, because even when you're in there and they're doing tests and stuff all the time and everything, like getting a cup of water or like some ice chips, it's like trying to pan for gold or something. It's impossible. Like I literally was like, I would have visitors and I would Venmo people like, hey, can you get me a Gatorade out of the vending machine downstairs? Because I'm so thirsty up here. And the nurses will not give me shit. And it was tough.
Well, I think it made you stronger, that's for sure. And I see you totally, you're, I don't know, I can't explain it, but you just seem different.
Thanks.
For the better.
But that right there means the world to me. So thank you. Because it's crazy that I'm even alive. It's pretty cool, And I meant what I said about having way more people in my life now than I did this time last year. Like my phone's constantly going off with people. This whole support system and everything. It's been dope. It's been awesome.
All right. Any last minute?
Any final words?
Any final words? Yeah.
Just tell my mom I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. No, thank you for having me. This is always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I love what you've done with the place. It's looking great in here.
Yeah, you have to come over here. Just we don't always have to do an interview.
We can do it.
We can just hang.
Yeah, we can do that too. That's fine with me.
Maybe we'll do a video one day or something. Do some kind of cool product video or something.
That'll be fun. I live like 12 minutes from here. It's nothing bad at all. Cool. It's an easy drive.
thank you everybody for watching, and go straight home.
Go straight home. I love that. That was great.